All right. Hey, everyone. My name is Arvin Chaffee. I'm the creator of Speak and Get Clients, and I am so excited to be interviewing one of our students in SGC, Lubna, who we were able to help go from having no clue on how to start her actual coaching business and not even knowing, having confidence in knowing if someone would be a client of hers, even for free, taking her from that to actually starting her coaching business, landing 16 free clients to start practicing her coaching, getting clear, and also learning all the ways of how to build the foundation of her business. So she launched it. So I'm so excited to have you here, Lubna, today. Thank you so much for letting us interview you.
Hi, Armin. Thank you for having me. It's an honor to be here.
Yeah, no problem. I'm excited to go through this and kind of ask you a few questions about where you're at. So why don't you start back with, who you are and what you do?
Okay, my name is Lubna Rashid, and I'm a trained parent coach. But first of all, I'm a wife and a mom of three children from 12 years to 4 months. Yes, 4 months, but I'm still in this program, all because of the support I got from Armin and his team.
Yeah, cool. And by the way, where are you from? Like, where do you live?
I'm originally from India, but I live in the United Kingdom in London.
Cool. From the UK. We have a lot of clients from the UK. So let me ask you this off the bat. I would love to kick it off with, and by the way, quick question as well. Did you get a coaching certification prior to working with us? You went through a
No,
school? Okay, no. So I was
no.
asking, yeah. Yeah, no, there's
But I,
so many people.
I was in training. I was in training
Yeah.
to become a
You
coach.
because I remember when we talked first, and the certification isn't always necessary. Some people do, some people don't. But I remember you said you were in a program that was kind of helping you get started.
Yes.
Yes, yes, yes. That's what I thought was. But you were in a training thing where they give you practice clients. I remember because we had to clean up all the stuff that was going on with what you were learning, unlearning stuff. So let me ask you. Let me start off by asking. Where were you at prior to joining SGC? Like, what were the biggest problems you were facing and challenges you were facing in your business?
Right. The reason what made me join your program was a belief that I'll be able to actually set up my program and get an opportunity to at least coach people for free.
Yeah.
So this was the beginning. And when I saw the webinar, I was confident that following those steps will help me get the results that I am, you know, desiring for to set up my coaching business uh, without any hesitation, with full confidence.
Yeah. And when you were for how long were you trying to get the coaching business up and running before you talked to us? Before you joined the program, how many months or
I
yeah.
was I was actually figuring out how to set up my business for past 6 months before joining your program for six
And
months.
in those 6 months, so my question would be in those 6 months, what was like the biggest challenges you were facing trying to do it on your own, trying to build your business that before you joined the program, like what were the biggest problems you were facing?
I was not clear on my message. I just and how to put adverts to get even free clients.
Yeah.
I was trying random things, posting up my adverts on Facebook, on other social media to get the clients. Interestingly, people were booking the appointments,
Yeah.
but they were not turning up. That was the
Yeah.
biggest, you know, drawback or setback for me.
Yeah.
And maybe this was difficult for me even to
Yeah.
accept that they were not turning up to the appointments.
I mean, we all have different problems before we go into SGC. So let me ask you this: when you were looking at, hiring the right team and the right program to help you with this, what made you choose SGC specifically over any other program out there?
To be honest, when I watched your webinar, I just got a sense this is what I need. Like there was so much clarity on the steps you mentioned to follow. Like it was easy to understand and to follow, like to take actions. Because one of the mind blocks I had before joining SGC was I am not a businesswoman. I have no idea how to set up a business. I don't know how I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
And once I saw your webinar, I got clarity on what I can do. But after joining the program, I was able to take action and get the results.
So your biggest real hurdle was that you just weren't clear on what to do, like literally not just offer or niche, but like really just what to do. Like, what is
Yes,
the thing? Yeah.
yes.
And so when you did join the program, when you came in and started implementing what we teach, what about it was so effective for you? Like, what specifically about the process and the training and the weekly calls were so helpful to you for actually getting your business started?
There were a few things that were really very, starking and striking for me. First of all, I got clear on my message. I was able to get clarity about my niche. Then, following that, I was able to convey my message with more clarity to my, specific clients. And to my surprise, I was able to get 16 clients to coach within a space of 3 hours. I
Yeah.
was really surprised.
3 hours, you did one of our strategies, right? Organically. You got
Yes,
16 clients booked.
yes.
Look at that. And by the way, prior to that's huge, right? Prior to the program, you for 6 months you did your own whatever you were taught or whatever you were trying to do. How many clients did you get to practice with in those 6 months?
Prior to those 6 months, don't ask me.
I just want to know for contrast.
It was actually it was only one client, and that was a voluntary client from the coach training I was doing. I joined to get trained
Yeah.
as a parent coach.
That's what I thought was a certification. So it was just a coaching training to teach you how to become a coach, right?
Yeah,
But in that 6 months, you got one practice client, right?
yeah,
One free client to just practice with, because the process is first you coach for free. You can't just go from never having done this to charging. That's not integrable. So we have to make sure we coach for free. We get results. We take those results. We go, okay, now let's charge for this. And so in 6 months, you got one client. You come into our program, right? You start to there was a delay of like having to learn all this stuff first. So once you understood how the business works, the moment you implemented one of our organic strategies with the help of my team worked with you also personally through this, right? Within 3 hours, just from one organic strategy, you got 16 free clients booked. Is
yeah.
that true? First of all, I didn't know it was in 3 hours. So that's pretty cool. That's why I'm shocked myself.
I was like, oh my God. I said, oh my God, I didn't expect that. Yeah, that was amazing.
Crazy contrast, eh? That's a good example of like do it on your own versus do it at least with uncertainty and do it with certainty with the system.
Yeah.
The difference, like, is pretty crazy. So let me ask you this: as a result of implementing, like actually doing what we teach and getting our coaching every week, what were the results you got aside from you got 16 free clients you started to coach with? What were the results you got in your business from doing what we teach?
I was able to get clarity on, creating my program step by step. And then the most interesting thing was I was able to do the sales calls.
Yeah,
I had a huge mind block regarding that. I was very hesitant. Like, I'm not sure. It could be because I have always worked as an employee before. I haven't worked for myself. And charging for my service was something I never did before.
yeah,
So this was challenging. And to my surprise, I was able to do 16 sales call, in a space of 2 days. Can you imagine? I was so determined to do that because after each call I was getting more clarity, even though I wasn't able to close any of them. That's
yeah,
another story, but I got a huge amount of clarity on how to do sales call, which is I think
yeah.
a huge part if you are, and very important too if you're setting up your own business.
Yeah. Yeah, and so, and for context for everyone watching, the real method here is like to build your presentation out, get the prospects to watch that, and then do a sales call so that the selling was done in the presentation. But we tried something new with you. We're like, hey, you got 16 free clients, you've given value to them. Let's try to go straight to actually offering an offer to them, right? A beta program. And to me, I'm like, yeah, obviously people will do it. And so what I didn't know is that you never have done sales ever. And so we give you a light training for sales because we thought like it wouldn't be a big deal. And funny enough, we always learn, right? You went in like you got what? You didn't get all no's, by the way. You got 10
Oh
were,
yes,
yeah. What was the actual stats?
I didn't get no from all 16. They was straight, I would say 10 of them were interested in joining my program. They
Yeah,
clearly accepted it, admitted it.
yeah,
So they wanted to do my program.
yeah. So 5 of them were like no's, right? For whatever reason. There's always going to be a thing, but 10 of them were interested, and you even got like half of those getting maybe like follow-up calls, right? And so here's like, let me ask you this, because I mean, for some people watching, they've never done sales ever before, and that's scary because you're like, I'm going to be a coach. I don't want to have to sell stuff. And so it's funny because this is a real organic result here. Remember when you came on the call, you're like, yeah, I did 16 calls. I didn't close any. Remember that? What did I say right away to you?
Yeah, I was able to, like, I was surprised to know that this is something I really, uh, important, a milestone to do, like, 16 calls. I thought, oh my God, I did 16 calls and it never didn't close any.
Yeah.
It's not good. I thought I'm not doing good enough.
Yeah. And
But
that was the
after
first thing.
talking, yes, and after talking to you, I realized, or I achieved a milestone, which is not that easy to get
Yeah. I remember
so quickly.
I remember the coaching call we were on. I'm like, whoa, hold on. You've never done sales calls before. You're like, no. I'm like, you've never pitched something over the, no, nothing. I'm like, and you never like actually done selling at all, like anything. You're like, no. I'm like, you just did 16 sales calls back to back. You're like, yeah. I'm like, and 10 of them were actually interested. Like you didn't get all of them saying, no, 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 no. Yeah. I'm like, that's huge. And I remember the call, you're like, really? Really? Because it's like, this is what we do, to ourselves. That's why we don't make it in business. If you don't have someone to help you there, usually you'll exaggerate your failures and you'll minimize your successes. Usually, see, the ego does this, right? And so you're doing that in that moment. You were focusing on how you didn't get someone to say yes, which is so normal. First of all, your numbers are better than normal. Getting even 50, what is it, like 60% of them to say I'm interested just means you need to now develop closing skills. And that's what we're here for. So what did we do right after that? We were working on your closing. Like, what did you do here? What did you say here? How is this set up? And by the way, this is given that they didn't even watch a presentation. You just went straight to a beta offer. So there's 2 things we
Yeah,
can learn from this, right, Lebna? One is the presentation is key. And that's why we do that in speaking to clients, because we want you to build that presentation. Because if they had all watched that and then booked a call, you would have closed at least half of them, minimum, right?
it becomes, yeah, it's a different situation
Very
than I
different.
think.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
And so like that's something we can learn from, which is, lots of people go straight to a sales call, and from just offering some value, it's so much harder. And then on top of that stack, if you've never done this, obviously it's going to be hard to close because you're not even a salesperson, right? And they didn't get primed before. So we learned so much from that. What you thought was a failure, I'm like, this is a huge milestone. You went from a person who's never done sales calls, ever pitched an offer for a coaching program, to creating a coaching program, getting 16 clients in the door, and then offering them something. I'm like, your biggest milestone was getting yourself to do that. How long, by the way, Jeanette told me, she goes, you were procrastinating on calling the people and making the sales, doing the sales calls. How long did you push it off?
yeah. I think it was almost 2 weeks that I just couldn't gather the courage to even think of calling anybody. But when I spoke to Jeanette, and I would say Imad too, I had a huge mind shift, and
Yeah.
I was able to call. That weekend I just decided, I picked up the phone and
Yeah.
called all 16 of them in a row.
And that's huge. That's way more important than making money, especially in the beginning of your business, getting the courage to do things you've never done. Think about that. Now think about for a second, I'm just having a moment in this interview. Think about for a second how far you've come from the first time we ever talked all the way. Like think about all the things you've done, like things you've never done before.
To be honest, I'm doing everything in this program that I haven't done before. I never thought
Yeah.
I could do, and I'm really surprised. This program has made me get the confidence to do something which I thought was impossible.
That's beautiful. I'm so happy to hear that. And look, the best is yet to come, eh? We're going to work on your closing skills. We're going to craft that presentation. You've already been growing your audience. So once we do that, you'll see how seamless it becomes to close a client on the phone because they've already decided they want to buy. What you did, like I said, we could learn two things from that. One is you need a presentation. For everyone watching, you need a presentation because if you just do organic stuff, which is what we helped you do only to get you started, it's just really to get you started so we can build the system that's automated for you. That's one thing. And the second thing is when you go straight to a sale without a presentation, you're really just selling. So that's what happened with you. You got into a sales mode, not having the training as well. And then you didn't really close. And so we identified the problems, obviously, you were doing on the call. And that's the whole point of a coaching program. Some people think like, oh, I just got a script to get on the call. Or just, no, it's not that simple. Nobody does great at something the first time. No, like it's just not human. So I love that I get to interview you in the process. Like I might probably interview again as a follow-up after you've closed 16 clients, and just
Yes.
show that journey.
Yes. Oh, I'm waiting for the time. Yes.
Yeah. And like you're working with that, right? So anyways, and it's like you even closed some sales, like you got some yeses, but your integrity now is you're like, I don't know if this is the right fit. And so that's the next step and we're going to get there, but this is more important. The milestone of doing something you've never done, getting clear on stuff, even the fact that you got one client in 6 months doing random stuff and got 16 clients in 3 hours doing a systematic proven strategy we taught you. That's pretty crazy to me. Because that's the first step, right? Is like, will people let me coach them? Am I qualified? The next thing is like, are they going to pay me for this? Because I know they'll let me, but will they pay me? Once you do that, you're like, well, can I get enough clients in a week? And it's just, we climb this ladder of disbelief. So I'm excited for that. So let me ask you this. So I know the results you got clear on your niche. You got like who you serve. You got clear on your coaching process, right? You got clear on your coaching. You even developed a coaching program and outline for it. So you know what you actually can give them, not just one-on-one sessions and pay as you go, right? Because that's not a business. That's more of a job. You now are building a business. You're growing an audience. You have attention in the marketplace. People know who you are now and pretty cool, right? So you're building your brand already. And you got 16 clients into the door. So you got practice, you got clarity, you got so much. Let me ask you this. These are results in the business. How's your life changed as a result of what you've done in SGC? How's it impacted your life?
I'm more relaxed. I can see myself getting that, financial freedom is one thing, but the freedom of time, like I don't have to think to set certain amount of time to work to get my finances right and then waiting to spend time with my family. I am able to spend more quality time with my kids, my husband, and enjoy doing things that I was dreaming for a long time to do, like alhamdulillah,
It's
I'm getting
beautiful.
more freedom. Yes.
Yeah. Freedom doesn't just come in money. It comes in different ways. Just
This
getting clear on the path of building your business gives you mental freedom, doesn't it?
Yes.
Because now you're not stuck in this cage of like, I don't know what to do. Like I'm stuck. You're not stuck anymore. So it's like, tell me if you agree with this, like, tell me if this is what you feel now that you have a specific roadmap, like, if I just do this in order, the outcome will be I have a business that's making money. Doesn't that like relieve you knowing you have a specific map? Like, you know what I mean?
You know what? Before I joined your program, not only me but my family, I mean, like my husband and my dad were questioning
Yeah.
my questioning my idea of joining your program. But when they saw these results, they are more confident than me that I am going to set up my business and get profit very soon.
Very good. And
Yeah.
that's a part of it. I remember you said you wanted to speak to your husband. We waited for that too and everything. So I'm happy your family's turned around. It's always like to say when you're doing something that you've never done before, no one else has done, it's always this disbelief. Like, I don't know if this is going to work out. Uncertainty. And they love you. That's why they're doing that. They want to make sure you don't mess up. But the moment you get results, guess what happens? Oh, they're your number one fan. Oh yeah, absolutely. Let's help you with this. Let me take the kids so you can focus,
Yes, yes.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Where do you think you'd be right now if you never joined SGC?
Interesting. Oh, I would have waited, took more time to decide this career shift, like career change. I'm actually going, I was going through a mind block whether I should opt for coaching or not, whether I should, decide to move on or should stay in my current profession. Finally, I'm very confident that I'll be, way better setting up my coaching business and possibly not practicing medicine
That's a
for some
huge
time.
statement. Wow. Wow,
Yeah.
wow, 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 wow. So now you have the clarity and confidence to just dive deep into building your business and not have to choose between like the safe route, like let me just go back to working, or it's like, no, can I build my own business and have that freedom? So that's awesome. I'm happy to hear that. I feel joy when I hear stuff like this because that's why we do this, man. Like I know your goal was to help parents because I know you have a passion for helping parents with their children, resolving the conflict, understand communication between them to create more harmony at home. It's like imagine you just because you didn't know how to do marketing, just because you didn't know how to build an actual business, like the systems of it, logistical things. Imagine you kept that from the world. How many
Wow.
families? How out of the 16 clients, how many of them like have gotten results and like have improved their relationships with their families from your coaching?
Oh, all of them got clarity on how to work on resolving conflicts.
Yeah.
All 16 of them got that clarity after having one session with me. So
That's
they
it.
knew what I can offer, and this gave me more confidence on on my expertise, the service I'm going to provide to my clients.
Yeah, because we helped you craft the outline of your program. So you also understand your process of coaching. Like, what do I actually do with my clients step by step? I remember that took a few calls with us so that we can help you. Like, what do you actually do with them from scratch to finish?
Mm.
But imagine those 16 families didn't get your help just because you didn't know how to build a business around coaching. Yeah, it just breaks my heart when I think about that. There's a lot of people out there that can help a lot of people, but they just really don't know how to do marketing. And then they go, it's not for me. Eh? Like you were down and you're like, I don't know, maybe just because what? You got book calls, but no one showed up, right? Just because.
It was so upsetting. It was heartbreaking for me. I know. I remember those days. I couldn't even do anything after I ended up waiting for them and they not turning up. I literally started feeling like a failure as
Yeah,
a coach. I said, I don't think coaching is for me. I don't know.
crazy. And look at the misdiagnosis. Not because you're not. Look at these 60 clients. You know coaching is for you. Look how good you did. But it's literally because the strategy we're using for marketing didn't work. That's the only thing. And imagine that took somebody out. And there's so many people that are probably watching this like, man, I'm feeling that right now, the doubt. But is it because it's really not meant to be or because I just don't know what I'm doing yet? It's crazy to think about it. So let me ask you this. And first of all, thanks for being so genuine, so honest, so open about this. As you know, like I don't know what you guys are going to say on these interviews, so that's why I have moments. So I'm just happy to hear your growth so far. So my last question really is, and I love asking this question to end off an interview, is imagine someone's watching this right now. Okay, like right now watching this person's watching us, and they're on the fence about booking a call to see if me and my team could help them, because they don't know. They don't know. Like it's always this uncertainty. Like you don't know what's on the other side if you make that jump. But just to book a call to find out it's a good fit for them. Imagine they're on the fence about doing this. What would you say to them now knowing what you know because you've joined the program?
So those people who might be on the fence, I would like to tell them I've been there myself once, and I can say with confidence, that if they join your program, Armin, they will get clarity. If they are the beginners like me, they will get clarity about what the coaching business is all about. It's not about money. It's not about getting how many clients. It's about first getting the confidence that you can be an entrepreneur. That was the milestone for me first, because I didn't believe I can run a business. And then step by step, you will get clarity. People who are on the fence, I'm talking to you all, you will get clarity on your niche, your message, who your clients are, and how to convey your message to them in what way that it will cause impact on them in signing up with you. And then Armin and his team will teach you how to sell your program.
Yeah.
Not only that, they'll also that's what they have helped me with. It was amazing for me, because I didn't think it is something very important for coaching program to have an outline step by step to take your clients through the journey in your program, which is mind-blowing for me. I've got so many ideas after creating an outline for my first program, that once I set up this one, I'm gonna move forward. I'm not gonna stop. So I'm very confident. If you join Armin's program, you will get 100% results.
Thank you so much for those beautiful words. I'm always excited to see what people say when I ask that, because you go like into deep mode, and that was beautifully said, very clear, very honest, very genuine, and I love it. So thank you so much, Lubna, for spending the time. I know you're busy. Like, as your mother, you're an entrepreneur at home, running a business of 3 children, okay, and a husband, and then you have run a coaching business too. So thank you so much for taking time out of your day to just let me interview and ask you a few questions about your process and progress so far. And listen, if you're watching this right now and you want similar results to Lubna, you want our help as well, getting clear on your coaching outline, getting clear on who your niche is, who you serve, how to speak to them in a way that impacts them, like Lubna said. And maybe you're just in doubt, like, can I be an entrepreneur? Can I build a business? Is this for me? We've helped Lubna and so many others quit their full-time jobs, go straight into coaching, have a clear roadmap. If you want help with that, then don't hesitate to book a call. I'm just personally inviting you. Me and Lubna right now are personally inviting you, saying book a call. Okay, click the button, click the link, and just get on the phone, find out if it's a good fit for you. So that's really all I got to say. And there's nothing to lose. You could find out if you can be in Lubna's position. We can interview you one day. So thanks again, Lubna, for giving me the time to let me interview you. I appreciate it so much.
Once again, thank you for having me. It's a great honor to be here.
It's an honor to be your coach, honestly. All right. Love you guys so much. Make the rest of your day the best of your day. We'll talk soon.